Well, there we go. So I'm starting off with a slightly lower volume because I noticed last time when I started, and welcome, by the way, last time my voice just boomed. So I'm just going to check the volumes on my headphones. Everything should be fine. Yeah, it sounds great. So welcome to Friday afternoon, all things woodturning. My name is Todd Rains. I'm here in Allen, Texas. It's a beautiful day. I think it's around 80, 90, 85, 90 degrees. So, and every Friday, at least for the month of September, and I've done a number of previous live streams at this time, but I'm doing a 4-part series this month. And let me just move over here. So 4-part project series. So this is for the month of September. We've gone through 2 sessions already. And this is the 3rd one. And this is a 4-part project. Along the way, please feel free to ask questions and, post them in. So first of all, I guess I'm streaming to YouTube and Facebook. So chat away, post your questions in there. I'll be happy to answer what I can. If you have any suggestions, I'll put those in there as well. And I guess lastly, please like and subscribe. But along the way, we're going to talk about tools and equipment, processes and techniques, and wood and materials. So if you have any questions along those lines, all things wood turning, this is where we do that. So anyway, should be a fun afternoon. It's going to be fairly quick, I think, in terms of finish the third and the final part. I guess the series next week we'll kind of be putting it all together. So let's see. Oh, did I even load the right pictures? Let me just double check. Oh, I did. Look at that. Excellent. So I think I'm prepped all the time, and there's always one thing that I kind of maybe I'm not sure about. So let me jump into answering or seeing a few people here that are here. James Carter's in the house. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Sorry we missed you at SWAT, but next year we'll be there for sure. Glenn, thank you for coming again. Appreciate seeing you here. Oh, and my wife is on. So hi, Shelley. So she is monitoring from in the house. So she is the censor, if you will. Let's put it that way. I keep these things clean, but we'll see. So Tony, good to see you again, my friend. And so a lot of my Texas delegates here, South Texas being represented quite well. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. So yeah, the project. We are looking at this little thing. If I can find that's my business card. So if you do have any questions, you can find me here at Woodturning Tool Store. Visit us at woodturningtoolstore.com. Email is Todd, T-O-D, 1D, only 1D, only need one. Don't know why you want to use 2. Todd at woodturningtoolstore.com. Phone number is up there as well if you need to get a hold of me. So always like to put that up there. Let you guys know that I am available. And love to hear from you. This is what we're doing. So this is part 3. This is a towel rack that sits in our master bath and holds little hand towels. So it's about, top to bottom, it's about 12.5 inches. And then the arms on each side is about 5.5 inches. So this is some sort of decorative version of a hand towel that we bought years ago. Oh, thanks for joining, Lee. Appreciate it. Good afternoon from Alabama. Chris Cohen, thank you for joining, Chris. Oops, I just hit the wrong, and good to have you here again. One of my local club members, so good to have you here. So anyway, this is, I thought I needed to do a live stream, and I really had only the month of September. I got other plans, things that might interfere with October, so I wanted to make it a short series. My last series, which are all available on the website, by the way, have been 8-week series type of stuff. So let me show that for a second. That is going to be where is that going to be? That is going to be is it there? Yes, it is. If I just show the right thing. Oh, I know where it is. Hang on. Miracast there. Let's switch, show that, and put that on the web on the page. So here's the web page, woodturningtoolstore.com. If you come down to Explore Woodturning, click into live streams, all thing woodturning with Todd Rains. You get to this page, and this page has, in fact, you can watch the stream here. So go there, you can watch it. And I did finally update the web page to include the other two parts of this series. So there's part 3, the upright. There's part 2. There's part 1, the base. And then the previous live stream series are all here. Shop jigs, tips and jigs. That's about 8 weeks worth. And then the face grain series. And then the small project series. So all those are there for you to watch. Obviously, they're up on YouTube and Facebook as well. So, go there and take a look. All kinds of stuff. And here is the front page, woodturningtoolstore.com. So, yeah, thanks for taking a look at that. And let's take a look at the overhead, I guess. So there we are. That clicked in right. So this is our stick of maple that we're going to work on today. That's going to be the arm. So I'll show you the pieces we've had so far. So here's the base, nice curly maple base. Kind of sticking with that Art Deco theme on the base here. There's a close-up view of it. It's kind of got those nice rolled beads. So this is kind of what we've gone for here. And then the upright, kind of modeled that after the upright as well, with a little liberties taken in. I chose, instead of making the, oops, not that one, my bad. Oh, I lost my buttons. Instead of making, go one more back. Instead of making that sort of round top, I decided to leave it square because I am putting, so you look at the top of that, it's kind of got a sort of a bell shape and with the two horizontal pieces going in. I decided to leave this square so I have good gluing surface here with these. Made just a little button top, but kept the shape of the rest of it the same, the straight column, and then a sort of pedestal vase. So that is part 1 and 2. We're moving on to part 3, and that is going to be on this little stick of maple. And we've got the other one here. If we get both done today, great. If not, I will certainly get one done and then copy the other one for next week. And we'll put it all together and talk about what we did, what went wrong, what was good about it. Again, this is the first time I've made this project. I haven't really made this. It's kind of just, seeing an inspiration in the house and going out and making one. So I encourage you all to do that. So that's where we got at this point so far. So we have, so what are we going to do? So in terms of the design, let me switch back. You can see the uprights up there. They're very straight, very plain, and then a little sort of, circular knob at the end. We'll do the similar thing. The thing that we're going to change is we need a tenon to go inside the recess. So if I go back, we'll draw that out. I've got a little, I think I finally figured out this little toy of mine. Oh, okay, took a little while. A little flash of green there, but what we're going to do is make a little, and I got to make sure my drawing, yes, I need to push one. So we have a little waste space here on there. And then so that means we need to make a little, that's about 3/8 tenon. That's going to go in the hole there. It's a 3/8 drilled hole. Here's the drill bit, and it fits in there nicely. So we'll make it a 3/8 inch sort of dowel tenon, if you will. So that's going to be there. We need a little landing pad. That's going to sit on this surface here. And then we'll go up in a column shape all the way up. Hopefully my column will be a little bit straighter than those lines. And then this is where it ends. So we have that kind of button top, and we'll kind of figure out what we're going to do here. We're going to do a little cove in there, something like that. So that's kind of the shape we're going to go for. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. This is going to be probably, what did I measure out? 1/2 inch, I think. So and I've stretched out a little bit on this drawing because that's what it's not quite to scale, but close. I know what the difference was. I was sketching on this line, but then I realized I need to put that tenon on, so it moved it up. So this tenon here is 1/2 inch. That moves everything up, moves this up 1/2 inch, which we get to that drawing. So if I turn that off, we will see that we've got our outline there, kind of what we're looking for. So let me see, where's my mouse again? My mouse is stuck. Why is that stuck? I don't know. Well, that's weird. Let's use this. Well, now I can't use my mouse. Little technology glitches, who knows? And we'll have to just read the comments. So let's see. What is that? Shelley responding? Yes. Okay. So she's talking to somebody on Facebook. So I don't have access to Facebook right in front of me. This is really weird. Why I'm not able to. Bear with me a second, folks, as I try and figure out why my mouse won't work. Let's try Alt-Tab. Escape. There we go. I don't know, something hung up my mouse for some reason. So there we go. What? Facebook. I don't, honey. I don't need it. No, yeah, no, thanks. No, I'll let you take care of it.
Put a new battery in it.
Anyway, that was Shelley. She came in to bring the iPad in. I didn't need that. So thank you very much, though, Shelley. She's saying hello to a couple of people on Facebook. Sorry about the little hiccup there. My mouse got stuck for some reason. So let's get turning this thing. And the first thing we're going to do is turn it round. And then we will make the little tenon on the end. I am using this little guy here. Let's see. I'm just going to, I don't know why my timing is off on this thing, why it flashes green. I thought I'd fix that. But this little guy is the Mini Live Center from Cindy Drozda. And it just so happens to be that this is about 3/8. So that's going to be perfect for measuring our thickness here. We're going to just extend that into our tenon. So that's going to be an easy thing to do. And my mouse came back that time. That's good news. So if we take a look at that live, I've got my calipers already set up, and I made them just slightly bigger than that. And just slightly bigger than the drill bit so that I don't go under and have a nice fit. So rough and gouge, let's get that rounded out. Speed down, power on. Let me just double check everything's fine. That's fine. Okay. So I'm driving between cup centers on both ends, little small point cup centers. Turn this up to 23, 2500, max speed, whatever you feel comfortable with. Rub the bevel. And zip away. This is the 1 1/4 inch rough and gouge from Carter & Sons. Nice solid tool. Big enough for any job. Spindle oriented roughing. Nice and round. We'll get our little parting tool. I'll use my beading and parting tool to do this next part. So we will take this down to that diameter thereabouts, and then we'll get our calipers out and see where we get to. So again, rub the bevel, raise the handle. I'm not taking off the whole width of the tool. It's a lot to take off at once, so I'm just taking off a portion of it. It's also going to allow me to kind of get close to measurement time. Not quite there. Change the attitude of that tool into a scraper. We're getting close, so I'm going to take some more down. Not quite yet. There we go. That little dimple mark there. Let me zoom in a little bit. And over. See where the calipers fell over. That's going to be our final depth of cut. I'm going to just do a little bit more. Because I may end up wasting that little end there with I want to undercut this a little bit because this is going to be the shoulder. This area here, let me change to this view. So this face here is going to be what's sitting on the face of the upright. And so we're going to undercut that. I'm going to take my beading and parting tool. Instead of going straight, I'm going to go at a slight angle and lift this. So I now got, I guess I should just let you know about why I do that. So when I sharpen this guy, I sharpen him obviously this bevel and this bevel, but I also hone this edge and this edge so that I get a sharp scraper tip right there. So where that sawdust is building up. So that's going to give me a scraping action in there. And as I twist this way and tilt it up, I get that sort of diamond shape. You can see the slope, then I'm going to get a bit of an undercut. So I do this technique on my piston box demos. Get a nice scrape off that side wing. You can see all the dust build up there. And it gets that point right into the corner. So we've got an undercut, and we've got right at the junction there, we're just right at that caliper size. So a little bit of sanding, a little final fitting right at the end. We'll get that done. So now the rest of the design can happen. And I'm going to have a little feature down here. Widen out a little bit more. Wrong way. A little feature down here will be flat all the way out, and then we'll measure out here. So let's measure out a little bit. The total length of the arm is 5.5. So let's measure out 5.5. And there's that. So 5.5 brings us right to there. So that's where our end of our arm is going to be. We'll have a little feature for that, maybe 1/2 inch, and the rest of this will be trimmed down except for a little bead, a little something right here, maybe just a nice little bevel or something. Make it simple. So let's trim the rest of this down. The column is going to be, I think, about 1/2 inch. I think 1/2 inch would be about right. So let me grab another caliper. I think I have another one. Where is that other one? I don't know where that one is. I move tools around too often. Oh, it's over there. There it is. So over the rest of my gouge is waiting to be sharpened. So we'll change this to 1/2 inch. That's going to be, where's 1/2 inch right there? Oops. Is that half? It's hard to see on this one. It's not a great scale on this one, but that's 1/2 inch right there. 12.5 millimeters. So maybe we'll go 5/8. Might look a little better. We'll see. We'll start with 5/8 and then we'll carry down. So I'm going to peel most of this down between those marks here. So here's the top feature. Here's the top of the thing. Here's the bottom feature. In between there, it's all going to be a straight column. So we've got, Michael McEwen joined us. Thank you for joining, Michael. Good to have you here from Victoria, BC. Thank you. So again, beating and parting tool, bevel rubbing, bring it into a cutting action. I'm going to alternate between, let's see where we're at there. Getting close. All my tools could use this. That's probably 1/2 inch now, so that's good. We'll go with that. It's really about how it looks. At this point, this will be plenty enough function for what we're hanging on it. Just wasting away some nice curly maple, but well, it's not waste. It's making a project, so. It is nice stuff to turn, I tell you. This guy definitely needs to be a little sharper, so we'll do a little bit of honing. Just grab my DMT hone and just hangs out on my lathe all the time. You can find these on the website as well. And oh yeah, much nicer. Doesn't make as much noise now. Got a good taper going on with this guy. Let's see if we can actually use him what he's meant for as a bit of a skew. I do have my tool rest set up relatively parallel, so that helps me use it as a guide with my fingers behind the tool rest. Just trying to pick up that cut. Come back to the beginning. I'll have to do this left-handed. This will be an experience. Not really very good with left-hand tools or left-handed use, but every once in a while you got to practice because it does come in handy if you can do this for just these occasions. It's really about getting the hands in the right position and then keeping them there and moving the body. That's feeling pretty good. We'll have to clean up right in the corners there, but some nice curly maple. Yeah. So now we got to figure out what we're doing here and what diameter this wants to be. And let's peel that down a little bit. I don't want it that big. In fact, we can measure how big we want it because I do want it obviously smaller than this face here. So that is, I think, leaving a little 1/8 inch reveal around it would be good. So that's about where I want this guy. So this might get a little bit thinner maybe. I think so, to make it a little bit more delicate. So I'm going to take it down a little bit further. What's it at now? This is all about kind of designing as you go, kind of seeing how things work out. That is 9/16. So, and we want this to be about 5/8. Yeah, so let's take this down to about 5/8 and then see where we want to be. With the column itself. It's pretty close. I'm going to leave it there in case I need a little bit of meat on the bone. And so we'll thin out this in a little bit now. We'll thin out the this part here to be more proportionate. Maybe 3/8 is pretty close. Maybe not quite that thin, but something like that. So we'll use this guy. Seem to have some decent luck with it. I'm just kind of shifting my weight back and forth. That's looking pretty good. Let's go to this side. And this is kind of get your feet set in the right position where you can shift from one side to the other. I'm cutting with the bottom half or third of the blade that's in contact with the wood. I don't want to touch the top third. That's my aim anyway, is to cut with the bottom half of the tool. Come back and just graze the high spots. That's looking all right. Okay, so now let's figure out what we're going to design up there. And I think just a nice little rolling chamfer to kind of keep in the theme of this guy here. Just a little rolling bead over that side. Nothing too dramatic. Want to leave a little bit of a flat here, a little bit of a reveal at that point. And so I want this maybe a little bit steeper. Right about there. Blend that in. I think that'll look all right there. Let's come back down to this end. We're going to just take some of this waste away. We'll double check before I go too far. Let's take a look at where we're at. So this should be 5.5 right up to there. That is good. And I don't think this needs to be that thick, but we left some room for ourselves to figure that out. So take a little break for a second and take a look at the time. We're about halfway through. So I just want to stop and see if there's any other questions and comments. Doesn't look like there's anything new. So I guess I'm explaining myself well. So glad to have you all here anyway. So just a reminder, this is All Things Woodturning with me, Todd Rains, out of Allen, Texas. And we happen to do this every Friday afternoon. Well, not every Friday. In the month of September, Fridays at 2:30. So if you're asking why 2:30s, go look at the beginning of each live stream series, and you'll see the story of how 2:30 came about. So it's a historical thing. My wife and I've way back. We're going to be married 30 years in October. So 31 and a half years ago when we met or whatever. So she used to call me 2:30 Todd too. So go check that out. So that's a good reason to go look at the old live streams. Let's see. That's all I got here. And
You lucky bugger.
I don't know if you guys picked that up on the mic, but she poked her head in and said I was a lucky bugger. And I guess, yeah, I would agree with that, definitely. So any Q&As you have, let me know. Be good to answer some of those. So let's finish this guy up and see what damage we can do. So we've got that. I'll have to come back. I want to skew this a bit more. It looks a little fatter down here than here. I'm going to clean up this end a little bit. And this is looking okay. No real tear out there. So that's nice. And we'll deal with this end. So on the picture, it's got sort of a domed top. If I, let's play with the toy again. See how much trouble we can get into. I fixed that timing with trying to blank out that green screen. So there's a little dome. I'm going to do one again. Right up there. And then we've got this sort of chamfer down here. And we got a couple of beads. I'm not going to really worry about the beads too much. Maybe that's not the right thing we're talking about anyway. So let me delete that. We're talking about this end, my bad. So there is a little dome here. Little chamfer here, and then we got these little beads in there. So Not sure that we're going to do the beads, but that's kind of the shape we're looking for. It's very similar to this in a way, so that's what we're gonna do. So delete and turn that off, and go back to this. And if we take a look at this guy, I did kind of try and do that here, little dome top. This is domed, and we put little buttons on it. So it's a little different than the picture, but I've got that curved top. So I want to do a same sort of treatment, maybe put a single button on top of the dome, kind of match it up a little bit. Okay, so it means we got to work at this end. Means I'm standing way off to the left side of the turning. So over to this side, and to get my body out of the way, rub that bevel, and roll that over. I want to give myself some room in here. Oops. Tool on the tool rest before you hit the wood always helps. We'll take that out. We'll leave that little bit of material for that second button. Right in there, maybe. I think it needs to be much steeper than that, so. That's a bit better. I think more like that. That's it. I think something like that would be better, and maybe not quite as big a diameter. So I think we got to take that down a little bit. I also want to clean up before I do that in here. I'm going to use my same technique, but I'm not going to undercut. I'm going to just scrape ever so gently and skew those fine guys off there. Let's see how well that looks under here. So in this edge, I've got that ring around there, which I'm not sure what that is. That's why I stopped. It looks like a little bit of tear out maybe. So let's see if we can clean that up. And I'm going to take this down a little bit because it's definitely not the right diameter for this end knob. Maybe about there, and we'll go in and clean this up again. Using that side of that beading and parting tool to clean up in there. We're going to roll that over probably a little bit, or chamfer it, or slope it, but I want to make sure whatever I got under there is going to be clean. And before I roll the rest of that, I just want to skew along there and get that last little bit of right up to the edge cleaned out. This is where I'm using that very point of the tool. I'm going to go back to here. Using the very point of that tool to skew in there. I'll back up all the way. Pick this cut up. I'm looking critically at this, and I can see I'm now a little bit thinner here than the rest of this body in here. So I want to pick that up and yeah, see there's a little slight hollow right in here, so that's where I'll stop cutting again. So that's evened it out quite a bit. That looks pretty good. And go back this way from here on down. Get that bevel on there. Adjust the tool. Maybe fix my foot stance a little bit. right into there. That looks good. So now let's work on this design again. And it is going to be, it's going to be a dome and then a slope. Yeah, just a gentle slope. So that's what we're going to try and do. You're not seeing what I'm looking at. You are seeing what I'm looking at. So that is our intent. I don't know why that's stuck there, but there we go. Let's go back here and back there. Oh, 30 years, yes, I know. Isn't it crazy? Did I lose my mouse again? No, I didn't. Oh, I did. How did I do that last time? Oh, I know. Alt tabbed. Why isn't that working now? This little thing tends to get my menu, my mouse stuck, which is weird. Let's see. Bear with me a second. Maybe there's a way. Draw a little line on there. Playing with technology a little bit is always. Oh, okay. I didn't want to do that. Turn that off. Okay. Got the mouse back. Yes, 30 years. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, and let's see, anniversary. Charlie's in the house. Thank you for joining, Charlie. Appreciate it. And let me go back. Let me turn that banner off. I still got that. I guess I could leave that up there, but okay. Yeah, this is these live streams are also a good place for me to experiment with technology, and sometimes it doesn't always work that well. But okay, so let's work on this guy. Well, we're going to slope him in, kind of like that. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think a little reveal in there might be nice, so maybe we'll leave it kind of like that. There, and then we'll take this over. That's a bit too long, I think. So that looks about right in terms of size and proportion. So then we'll take this button down. Something like that. Maybe not quite so. There, more like that. And then a quick to lay some wood their way so I can get in here. Quick little fillet in there. and then slice that down. About like that. So that's kind of the design I think that I like. So that's what I'm going to try and replicate for the other one. We'll see how well I do. I don't know. I'm not going to get to that today, but we'll get some of it done. So I think right now is the time I would sand, and I would probably just pull this off to I'll do that now because I want to see how well this fits. Let me get the calipers out again. And that's fat. And that's not going to go in there. So I probably want to just ease that down a little bit. That's fit down just a little bit more. Sanding would probably take care of that. So let's do some of that. I've got 120, probably 2 course. 180 might be good. So I'm going to just sand a little bit. That feels nice. That's not going to fit that hole. Do just a little bit more. Okay, let's take a quick look at how well this is going to fit our top. There, that is, oh, you didn't see that, it was a little off camera. But that fits fairly nicely. I like that. It's got just a little bit of a reveal, and it is a nice, solid fit. I do want a little bit of room for glue, but that to me is going to look pretty good. Let me widen this out a little bit. Kind of get a picture of the whole thing. So minus this little piece off here. We'll get that. I think that'll look nice. So let's get this back on the lathe, and we'll take this end off. Do a little bit of sanding, and yep, nice and solid there. So let's see. Let me see. Oh my gosh. So Michael, 46th. Yeah, it's going to be our 30th on the 12th of October. And yours, 46. Well done, you. That's awesome. So Shelley's saying very best wishes. Yeah, there she is. October 12th. I'm a little behind the times. Tony, I like that tip style. It ties in well with the base. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It looks fairly well. I like the chamfered side there. So thank you. Laugh out loud. Tony's, we're still workers at it, only 28 years. Oh, good job. Well done, you guys. We were married 75, so I think it's 46. Oh my gosh, Charlie, well done. Congratulations to you and your partner. Okay, so everybody's got anniversaries. Let's, happy anniversary, everybody. So let me just get this out of the way. I'm going to do some light sanding and start with 180. I'm going to turn on my dust collector here, so mind the noise. This would be a good place for like a support. Maybe a little some sort of batten. This is just a quick sanding pad. Something to get it kind of flat so you get all the high spots. This is Merca Gold from our friend Steve Worcester of Woodturning Wood. So give him a visit for your sanding needs. It's running just a little bit off at this headstock side, but not enough to bother me. That was 180. We'll do 240. Get that curved side there, so tuck that under and just follow with your fingers. Like to cup the sanding disc, it makes that curved interface. And for those that aren't aware, well, actually, my friend Cindy Drozda's got her next demo on October 2nd. If you work with burls, or if you have a burl, and you want to know the best way to utilize it or mill it up for your projects, it'd be a good one to check out. So that's 240, 320. I've been co-hosting Cindy's meetings lately, which has been a lot of fun. So I know I see you, a lot of you there. Tomorrow she has a sharing session with her last class. So if you're in the mushroom box class, we'll see you tomorrow. I do have a club demo tomorrow morning, teaching my fantastic utensil, the spatula and the spoon. Tomorrow to the Grand River Woodturners Guild up in Michigan. So that'll be first thing in the morning, bright and early for me, 7:30. So that should be fun. That's 320. We'll go to 400. I've sanded everything else, all the other pieces to 400, so I got to finish sanding the upright, the walnut piece, but it's pretty close to being done. Cut that sandpaper and go around this. I'm going to stop the lathe and go with the grain on this upright. That's 400. Okay, let's take this all the way off. I want to look at the grain. This is something I learned from somebody else. I can't remember who, but the grain is running kind of obviously up and down, but the grain, let me zoom in. This is something that I think I learned. And it may be useful here, more useful maybe on face grain. So all my layers of wood are running this direction. So if I break in this direction, I could pull something out. So I'm going to break along the grain line. And that should stop or prevent some of that breakout. So I'll have to sand that back quite a ways. I probably should have done a bit more cutting, but that will do us just fine. So that's our first piece. We'll put that on that sanding pad, sanding backer. There we go. Looking pretty good. A bit more sanding on that end will be good. And then let's go there, and then maybe to a slightly wider shot. Take a look at that. That's where it's at now, at this point. Another one like that, out here. That guy there. And we'll have a hand towel holder. Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Oh, I'd have a little screen showing through there. Yeah, that's going to do it for today, I think. Let me just take a look. We're 35. Awesome. Haven't decided if she's... Tony, you're going to get in trouble with Nikki. You better be careful. Yeah, so Shelly says, you got any questions, let me know. And Tony's smiling and laughing, so good stuff. So let me just say some parting words again. Come visit me next Friday for the last installment of this 4-part project series, and we shall finish this guy off, this little hand towel holder. So I'll do this this last piece here maybe on Sunday, and then yeah, we'll put it all together. And we'll talk about a bit of the things we went through and some of the issues I had, some questions you might have, and we'll go from there. But that's it for today. My name's Todd, 230 Todd. See you here next Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Hit the button, Todd. And